right, Don, with the Indy 500 right around the corner, I know you guys have had a little bit of success there. Are there any memories or moments that you think of when you think of Indy 500?
Mm, you know, it's it's hard for me to pick one out, I guess. He's won 17 times. I was there for most of them. It's so hard. I mean, remember when we won the first time was I was only with the company, for like 7 or 8 weeks. Worked at the Indy 500. Mark Donahue was our driver, and he won. It was like, holy cow. Because I had gone to the Indy 500 so many times before, and my father, that was a ritual with my father. He was an engineer, and he loved the Indy 500, and he would, every Memorial Day we would go out in our yard and turn the radio on, and a lot of my family would come over, and my uncles were, back from the Second World War. They'd come back and they'd hang around, and we'd listen to the Indy 500, and they'd drink beer, and I'd have soda. Darn it. Anyway, so anyway, I've followed it for a long time. I've been part of it for a long time. And I'm proud to say that I've been part of it with Penske Racing because, to Roger, it's almost a religion. I know in my heart that he absolutely has always wanted to be the owner of the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. And the things that he's done with it since he's acquired it are just monumental. They're beautiful. He's really making the place beautiful again. And, it's just so neat to go there and see it. I guess the most memorable years are when we had Rick Mears, and I because Rick is a good friend of mine, but, I mean, he wheeled that thing, Ricky never talked about himself. He was very humble, like a lot of the Penske drivers were. He was very, very humble. He used to just say, "Nah." He said, I'll let him know I do my talking with the gas pedal." And he was definitely the man, 4-time winner. So, I guess he was my favorite, always will be. I liked them all. I liked Tom Sneva. We used to call him, I won't even tell you what we call him. He used to get upset. Anyway, but he was a qualifier's qualifier, He was like Rick. He wouldn't say much, and then somebody would go out there and, like Danny Angias, and put a big number on the pole, and I'd look at him and say, "What do you think of that?" "Yeah, it's pretty good." And he'd go out there and put another one up, It was always like a gunfight, when they were qualifying. I used to love to go to qualifying. Now you don't hardly even hear anything about it, but it was really a demonstration. I think the Indy 500 is getting to be exciting all over again, so I really think our guys got a really good shot at another victory. I get, there's some sentimental favorites out there, but I'm not going to say because there's a couple of them I really like, and I follow it. I think it's a hell of a contest, and I remember when we were talking about sheer speed one time, and I said, I always look back to when Mark Donahue took our 917-30, which was the Can-Am car that they called the Penske Panzer, and he broke the closed course speed record at Talladega, 221 miles an hour. And prior to that, A.J. Foyt owned it in an Indy car at Texas World Speedway at 214. And to me, I was there, it was mind-boggling. Even Roger said, just offhand, oh, was there anything left in the car? And Mark said, yeah, there's plenty left in the car, there's no more left in the driver. It was a different time with different tires and different cars, and then now, the IndyCar record, I think Jill DeFerrin has it at 230 some miles an hour at Indy, and that's flat. So how do you compare an apple with an orange? They're both round, but that's where it stops.